Hi guys, I have an over the board tournament coming up in a few weeks, and even though I signed up for it a little bit last minute, I wanted to share with you a video on how I prepare for a tournament. So I'm going to be going through this chronologically, starting from 1 month in advance of the tournament all the way up to the actual tournament day to day. So hopefully you're watching this in time that you have time to prepare for your next event. You might be one of those chess players who studies all the time, but if you're like me and you don't study a lot, then you might study specifically for tournaments. So from about 1 month before the tournament, I will brush up on my chess openings. By this, I don't mean learning brand new openings. I mean looking at the openings from my last tournament that didn't go so well, and then maybe readjusting if I haven't already. So obviously the dream would be that you have already looked at your openings after the last event and looked at where you went wrong. But if you're like me and you didn't do that, then now is the last chance to just make sure that you're really comfortable with those openings that really stressed you out in your last event, or that you're thinking, if I saw that opening over the board, oh my gosh, I would panic. So anything you're dreading, you need to brush up on it right now. Just wanted to reiterate, it is too late to learn a new opening. Do not learn anything new right now. How I look at my openings is I either look at my previous games to look at the specific variations that were played, or I check on a Chessable. I do use Chessable courses when preparing for tournaments sometimes. I don't really use chess books, but I do have opening chess books, so if that's your style, then just do whatever works for you. Things like spaced repetition really do help with this, so if you're preparing for a tournament, you should be looking at these more than once, more than just once 4 weeks in advance of your event. The aim is not to know your opening perfectly, that's not very realistic for most of us, but just to know it so far that you can get to a comfortable position and that you won't panic when somebody plays something that you weren't expecting. About 3 weeks before the tournament, I will start doing regular tactics training, so this means chess puzzles. You should be doing tactics every day in the run-up to a tournament. I like to use chess.com Puzzle Rush to do my tactics, but there are lots of different ways. You can also use chess books like the Woodpecker method. If you can, try to do this every day now in the run-up to your tournament, preferably more than once a day if you can fit more than one Puzzle Rush. This is just great for refreshing your pattern recognition and getting your brain into the habit of calculating and looking for blunders. 2 weeks before a chess tournament, I will switch to playing rapid chess. So this means that I will not be playing blitz, or at least as little blitz as possible. Switching from online blitz to online rapid, or even online classical if you can, is a big game changer. It means that you'll be in the habit of playing slower chess. And by slower, I just mean that you won't be rushing each move, and you will actually be thinking of a strategy and a plan and not just looking for a one-move tactic. You will be expected to perform at a much higher level in over-the-board classical chess to maintain an equivalent rating to your blitz or rapid online ratings. This is just because you have more time, your opponent has more time, and people are much less likely to fall for cheap tricks in classical because you just have time to blunder check every move. This is why you should really stop playing things like blitz and bullet when you're getting into the headspace of longer classical chess. You need to be strategizing, you need to be planning, and you need to be taking it a bit more seriously. 1 week before my chess tournament, I will do any final planning and logistics. This isn't necessarily chess related. Because I'm usually playing tournaments which are abroad, or at least away from where I'm living, I will check all of my transport, my hotel or accommodation, and make sure there is absolutely nothing left to organize. I will make sure I know exactly how I'm getting to and from the venue every day. I just want to make sure that when I get to the place for the tournament, I don't have to stress about anything else apart from the chess. A few days before the tournament, of course, I will pack. You can check out my video on what's in my chess bag for more details about what you should take to the actual tournament, but I will always pack a chess set when I am going to travel for a tournament. This can be really helpful for practicing between games or analyzing after games. Bear in mind that tournaments for the US might require you to take more things, so definitely check the tournament guidelines. I will pack very comfortable clothes, absolutely no chess books, because I should have studied that before arriving, and I will always bring a novel or something non-chess related that I can read or just play with whilst I'm traveling, so that I'm not overtired with chess before I even start. You really don't want to overload your brain with chess right before the games, so I really would recommend leaving most of your chess stuff at home. Anything last minute like puzzles you can do on your phone or laptop. Before each game, I will make sure I've slept as much as possible, and I will always eat a proper meal. You're going to be playing a long chess game, so if you don't eat beforehand, then you will get overtired and you will make poor decisions. Once I have prioritized these two things, I will then start researching my opponent on opening tree. Opening tree basically just shows you all of the openings that your opponent has played on their online accounts, and so if I can find them, I will absolutely be studying this. Again, this is not so that I can learn a brand new opening, it's just so that I can expect a variation, or that I can make sure that the variation they play of my opening is not something I hate and that I want to avoid. I will also just Google them and look for their previous video rated games and other tournaments. At most bigger tournaments, they upload the PGNs and games, so quite a few players will have previous FIDE rated over the board games uploaded to the internet, even if they don't know. I also find that this is just helpful for seeing what kind of chess player they are, if they're aggressive, if they are more defensive, if they're slow and positional, if they're bad in time trouble, like what kind of mistakes they make, if they've made the same mistakes multiple times over, you know, do they overestimate king safety, all this kind of stuff, basically to give myself the best chance I can going into the game. This is, however, the only studying I'll do before a game actually starts, and this is usually like the morning of the game, so I will maybe do one puzzle rush just to get any like nervous energy out of my system. After each game, I will analyze with my opponent if they want to, and then I will go back and upload my game to a private study online. My biggest piece of advice is don't look at your game with an engine until the whole tournament is over. You could think that you've played the game of your life and then you'll put it into Stockfish and it will tell you your opponent missed like mate in 3, and then you'll start second guessing everything you know about chess, and this will ultimately have a negative effect on your next game. The engine is not there with you in any of your games for you or your opponent, and so what the engine has to say has really no relevance until it comes to studying those games later and seeing what you can do better. But there is no substantial change that you can make mid-tournament, and I really don't believe any good can come from looking at your games with an engine. The only reason I'm ever looking at my games with an engine is if I'm doing YouTube recaps, and honestly, I kind of think I probably shouldn't look at them with an engine, but because it's for content, I do. Keep all your score sheets safe and make sure you're ready to analyze your games when the tournament ends. Another very important thing is after each game, you have to absolutely 100% let that game go, whether you won or whether you lost. Carrying that game with you into the next round in your head is not going to be helpful. Obviously, this is a much more difficult problem to have if you lost the previous game and you're struggling to get yourself together to be motivated to play the next one. But you absolutely have to forget that the previous game even happened if you want to be able to give the next one everything you have. After each game, I will also assess my energy levels. Do I need to take a bye? Do I really need to have a break? Am I exhausted? Or do I just need to get more sleep tonight? Do I need to eat something? Please listen to your body, because playing these chess tournaments can be very physically grueling as well as psychologically and mentally grueling. It doesn't feel like it because you're sat down, but it actually does take a lot of energy to perform at a high level for 6 hours straight. My final piece of advice between games is just go and relax. Do not think about chess again until the pairings come out for the next round. Then you can start to prepare for your opponent. But do not stay up. Do not lose sleep over preparation, because any preparation you do at the cost of sleep will not be worth it in the long run. You're more likely to blunder in the end. If you're overtired, you're going to make more mistakes, and you should always prioritize your health. I'm going to have all of these things in mind as I prepare for my next tournament that is coming up in 3 weeks. I will also be posting recaps of that tournament, which is the London Chess Classic under 2000s. And I will be streaming all of my games with commentary, so I hope to see you on Twitch or YouTube. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you with preparation for your next tournament. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.